The BSA A10s again. This is, I think, it's going to be the final video. We're just going up to one of our local biker cafes, Seaways, get a cup of tea, and we're all on A10s, apart from Dan, who's hiding at the back on his Africa chewing. Right, we've done plenty of these videos. If you haven't seen the other ones, there's more descriptions and stuff and reviews. Right, off we go. Yeah, so we've been just reviewing today these old BSAs. If anybody's interested in buying an old bike, or you've got one and you just wanted to see what they're like, yeah, we've got a problem, have we? What's up?
I don't know.
Oh, just go and see what he says. Just see what the problem is. Are we all right? Let's go. False alarm. I think he thought his side stand was down. Right, where was we? Yeah, so we're just going to go down some nice little back roads to Seaways. Yeah, I say I have quite a few bikes. They all do different jobs. You know, I ain't got a bike I don't like, but if you just want something different, these are fun. And obviously if you've got friends who have got old bikes as well, it's obviously more enjoyable. But you can just bomb about by yourself and enjoy yourself, you know. It's a lot more relaxed ride. I've said it on the other videos, if you're just into speed, you're not going to want one of these. But if you just want to sometimes just go and chill out, they're just a nice little thing to get out on. You know, I have friends as well, they'll use these, but they'll only go from the house to the cafe just for a little tool out, you know. But we tend to do lots of miles on these. Get a side shot. Yeah, they're sort of, until you've had one of these, it's hard to sort of explain to people what's addictive about riding them, because you're just thinking, oh, it's an old 60 odd year old bike, gears are on the wrong side, they don't have very good brakes, they rattle and clatter. The engines sound very mechanical. They leak a bit of oil. You know, you're thinking, why would you want one of these? And then you buy one, and oh, last time I came down near this road was just potholes. That's they've done a good job of that. Anyway, it looks like we're going to be going into a bit of a shower now, I think. Yeah, that's amazing, that bit of road. So I was down here a couple of weeks ago, and you've never seen so many potholes. Yeah, so this little bit of road we're going down now, it's a nice little cut through this, through a little valley. But sometimes if it rains really hard, some of the stones get washed off the sides, down onto the road, just tiny stones, not rocks or anything. So you know, you might come around one of these corners and there might be like someone shoveled a load of gravel in, so you just got to be aware of that. Yeah, they are very tight roads, these, but it's quite suitable for these little bikes, maybe not for cars. Yeah, the scenery today has been stunning. Yeah, I mean, if you're from another part of the country and you wonder what it's like in North Yorkshire and East Yorkshire for rides out, this is the sort of scenery you can expect. Yeah, if you've got an old bit bike like this, my BSA, I basically clean this with oil, like maintenance spray, and so, you know, apart from the paintwork obviously, which I polish, but the rest of it I just wipe it down, and I sort of use it all year round, so I don't ever worry about a bit of rain or anything. You know, 67 years old, if it hasn't gone rusty yet, it never is. The other thing you find out on these old bikes is like the mud guards, especially on these A10s, they won't bother about weight saving, so it's quite substantial stuff. So most of the ones you look at, if they've been looked after and what have you, there's not many of these really rusty. I mean, mine's got the original rims on it, on this bike. It's just never had new rims. A lot of people like super shiny new rims, they'll go and buy new rims, stainless spokes. But if you clean them down with an oily rag all the time, you know, they still look shiny, they just have a layer of oil on them. And when you're buying them, it's not like buying a new bike where you start thinking how many miles has it done, mate, and all that. This one I'm riding has most probably done 300,000 or 400,000 miles, I would think. If anything goes wrong, you just replace it. But like I said, this year on one of my other videos, I took the top off to have a little look, just to check the crank bearings, the little end. They have bushes in the little ends on these, and I thought I'd put a fresh set of piston rings in it. That's when I found out it had somebody in some stage in its life had put high compression pistons in this. Gives you a bit more power on the hills, I would say, and it's slightly harder to kick off because you've got more compression. So hang on. See what's up with Chris. What are you doing? Running out of fuel?
Fuel left. Turn the other tap on.
Yeah, Chris has got. We've got a bigger tanks on ours. He's put a small tank on for. It does look nice, but the only problem is he's got about a gallon less. Let's get some petrol to that side here.
Fuel tap leak is that far.
Oh.
The other side just snapped off.
I've got some pliers. Right, we're going to stop this video. We'll just gonna have to. He's got two fuel taps. The other side, his lever has just come off, so we're going to have to. Anyway, we'll come back to this video in a second.